Our program today is coming to you from the state capitol here in Baton Rouge, where the 2010 regular session of the Louisiana legislature kicked off last week. While it is not a fiscal session, lawmakers are facing some tough financial challenges. With the state facing a nearly $1 billion budget shortfall, money and who gets it is going to be a top priority. This week in Louisiana Agriculture's A.J. Sabine shows us just how tough things might get.
Pensive conversation filled the House chamber moments before the 2010 opening session of the Louisiana legislature. Questions remained as to who was going to fill the open seat of Speaker Pro Tem. Winnsboro Democrat Noble Ellington or Lafayette Independent Joel Robideau. Robideau was favored by House Speaker Jim Tucker. However, Ellington urged a vote in his favor.
I want your vote. I'm asking you for it.
After the votes were counted,
48 votes for Representative Ellington and 53 votes for Representative Robideau. Representative Robideau has been elected Speaker Pro Tempore of the House of Representatives.
A short while later, Governor Bobby Jindal set his legislative agenda for 2010. Jindal focused on education and the state's tightening budget.
During tough budgetary times, during a tough economy, every government must decide whether we're willing to make the tough choices within government or whether we want to force this burden on the families and businesses of our state and our country. And I'm here to tell you that we stand ready to work with you to make these tough choices in government because we must not. We will not transfer this burden to the working families and businesses of Louisiana.
The governor touted cuts in state spending, including reductions in government jobs and salary freezes for state employees. Despite a near 20% drop in state funding from last year, Jindal promised not to raise taxes.
You have heard me say before, and I will say again, as long as I'm your governor, we will not raise taxes on the people, on the businesses of Louisiana. It makes no sense to transfer this burden to them, especially during this national recession.
Lawmakers listened carefully to Jindal's plan to reverse the state's dropout rate and thinning college graduation rates.
We know those students that finish school are more likely to stay out of trouble, to get good-paying jobs, to not need further government assistance. But we know the opposite is true as well. We know the students that drop out are more likely to end up in jail, in welfare, and in poverty. We know we've got to break these cycles.
Finally, Governor Jindal left legislators with some saintly inspiration.
If the New Orleans Saints, after 43 long years, could go farther than anybody predicted, other than my little daughter, and win the Super Bowl, there is no doubt in my mind that Louisiana can be #1 in economic development, in our quality of life, in education, and health care. And there's no doubt in my mind we can continue to move our state forward.
In Baton Rouge, I'm A.J. Sabine for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Lawmakers here have filed more than 1,900 bills. The session is scheduled to wrap up Monday, June 21st.